first reaction was to answer immediately. She typed everything she felt, every accusation, every insult, every painful thought. Then she stopped. She read the message again and deleted her response. The next morning, she understood the situation better. What looked like disrespect had actually been a misunderstanding. One moment of patience saved a friendship. Teach me to pause before I speak. Teach me to think before I answer. Let my emotions settle before my words begin. I don't want one angry moment to destroy something valuable. Give me wisdom, give me self-control. Not every message needs an immediate answer. Not every argument needs your participation. Not every opinion needs a response. Sometimes silence is not weakness, it is discipline. You don't have to react to everything you feel. Feelings are real, but feelings are not always instructions. When you are angry, wait. When you are embarrassed, wait. When you are excited, wait. When you are afraid, wait. Give your mind time to catch up with your emotions. A calm response can accomplish what anger cannot. Let me breathe, let me think, let me listen. Let me choose before I speak. If my words will destroy, let me remain silent. If my words can help, teach me how to say them with love. Teach me to pause before I speak. Teach me to think before I answer. Let my emotions settle before my words begin. I don't want one angry moment to destroy something valuable. Give me wisdom, give me self-control. Tomorrow, someone may say something that irritates you. You will have a choice: react or respond. The first may be easy, the second requires wisdom. So pause, breathe, think, and speak. Because sometimes the most powerful words are not the ones you say, but the ones you wisely choose not to say. A promise may sound like a simple sentence. I'll be there, I'll do it. You can trust me. Words become meaningful when our actions follow them. The Father promised His Son will come to your game. The day became busy he almost forgot, but he remembered his promise. He finished what needed to be done and arrived before the game began. His son saw him in the crowd and smiled. The father learned something to his child. That promise was bigger than he imagined. Teach me to keep my promises. Let my words have meaning. If I say I will be there, let my actions prove it. Make me dependable. Make me honest. Let people know they can trust me. Because trust is built one promise at a time. Don't promise what you cannot give. Don't say yes just to make someone happy. If you cannot do something, be honest. Say, I can't. You may disappoint someone today, but honesty protects trust tomorrow. A sincere no is better than a dishonest yes. Promises are not only about big things, returning something you borrowed, arriving when you said you would, doing the work you accepted, keeping someone's confidence, calling when you said you would. These small actions reveal your character. Let my yes be honest. Let my no be honest. Let my actions match my words. When I make a mistake, give me courage to admit it. When I cannot keep a promise, let me communicate. Don't let silence destroy someone's trust. Teach me to keep my promises. Let my words have meaning. If I say I will be there, let my actions prove it. Make me dependable. Make me honest. Let people know they can trust me. Because trust is built one promise at a time. People may forget what you said, but they remember whether you showed up. So don't make promises just to sound good. Make promises carefully, and when you give your word, honor it. Because trust takes time to build, but only a few careless words can destroy it. Let my life say, you can trust me. You can trust me. A little girl walked outside. She saw trash beside a river. Her friends walked past her, but she stopped, she picked it up. They asked, why do you care? somebody else. Teach me to care for what you have created. Teach me to protect what I did not create. Let me waste less, let me respect the earth. Let me understand that every generation receives something and must decide what it will leave. We don't need to be perfect, we can be responsible. Turn off the water when you don't need it. Don't throw trash where it doesn't belong. Take care of animals, respect trees, avoid unnecessary waste. Use what you have with wisdom. Small habits repeated every day can become meaningful change. Doesn't ask who will thank me, it simply gives shade, oxygen, fruit, shelter and beauty. Creation teaches us something about generosity. You can give something valuable without demanding applause. If you use something, take care of it. If you share a place, leave it better. If you see a problem, don't always walk away. Teach me to care for what you have created. Teach me to protect what I did not create. Let me waste less, let me respect the earth. Understand that every generation receives something and must decide what it will leave behind. Think about tomorrow. Children will inherit the world we leave behind. They will drink the water we protect or pollute. They will breathe the air we protect or damage. They will walk through a forest we preserve or destroy. We are not the final owners, we are temporary caretakers. That should make us humble. Give me responsible hands, give me grateful eyes. Help me notice what others ignore. Teach me not to consume without thinking. Teach me not to destroy what can be protected. Let my faith become visible, not only in my words, but also in how I care for what surrounds me. Caring for creation can also teach discipline. Don't take more than you need, don't waste food, don't destroy for entertainment. Don't treat living creatures without compassion. Respect the world you walk through, because gratitude should produce responsibility. Teach me to care for what you have created. Teach me to protect what I did not create. Let me waste less, let me respect the earth. Let me understand that every generation receives something and must decide what it will leave behind. time today. Pick up what you can't save, what you don't need to waste. Care for something living, respect the place where you live. It may seem small, but every habit teaches your heart something. We were given a world to live in, not to destroy. So let gratitude become action, let faith become responsibility, and let the next generation receive from us something worth protecting. Listen closely, my child. Life is teaching you every day. Every choice becomes a seed, and every seed will grow someday. Do not despise the little beginnings. Do not forget what God placed in your hands. Every morning you choose a direction. Every word can heal or break a heart. Every action can change somebody's story. Every decision can become a brand new start. No one sees the seed when it is planted, but time will reveal what you have sown. If you plant love, love will grow around you. If you plant kindness, you will never walk alone. Do not think that nobody is watching. God sees the secrets of your heart. He sees the good you do in silence, even when nobody gives applause. Do not do good just to be noticed. Do not live for people's praise. The Father sees what happens in secret, and He remembers every faithful day. Be careful with your words. Be careful with your choices. What seems small today can become tomorrow's harvest. What you sow, you will reap. Choose today what you wanna see. Plant some love, plant some faith, plant forgiveness, make a change. What you sow, you will reap, even when you cannot see. Don't give up because it's slow. God is working where you cannot know. When somebody hurts you, don't plant revenge. Don't let bitterness live inside your soul. Forgiveness doesn't mean the wrong was right. It means you refuse to let the pain control. Give justice over to the hands of God and keep walking forward in peace. Because the heart that carries hatred is the heart that needs to be released. When somebody falls, reach out your hand. Don't use their weakness to make yourself tall. Tomorrow you may be the one who's hurting. Tomorrow you may be the one who falls. wait until you feel like doing it. Don't wait until everything is right. Start with what is already in your hands and trust God to guide your life. The little step you take today may prepare the road of your tomorrow. A tiny seed beneath the ground can become a tree that gives you shelter. Don't plant lies and expect the truth. Don't plant pride and expect humility. Don't plant hatred and expect love. Don't plant fear when you know God's above. Plant kindness, plant patience, plant courage, plant faith, plant mercy, plant love every day. Plant when nobody is watching. Plant when nobody knows your name. Because God sees every single seed, and nothing done in faith is ever wasted. And if you've planted something wrong, don't believe that your story has to end. There is repentance, there is mercy. There is a God who calls you friend. You can choose another road today. You can start again and change your ways. Your past can teach you where you've been, but it doesn't have to control your days. Get back up and keep on walking. Learn from everything that came before. Ask forgiveness when you need to, and make things right wherever you can. Never be ashamed to start again. A new beginning can become your testimony. God can take a broken story and write a beautiful new chapter. What you sow, you will reap. Choose today what you wanna see. Plant some love, plant some faith, plant forgiveness, make a change. What you sow, you will reap. Even when you cannot see, keep believing, keep moving forward. God is working underneath the soil. So choose your seeds carefully. Your words, your actions, your decisions. You may not see the harvest today, but keep planting. Plant love, plant truth, plant forgiveness. Boy forgot an important task when his teacher asked why. He blamed his brother, then he blamed his alarm, then he blamed the weather. He had an excuse for everything. His teacher looked at him and said, excuses may explain what happened, but they don't change what you must do next. The boy became quiet. For the first time he understood. Responsibility begins when excuses end. Teach me to take responsibility for the choices that I make when I am wrong. Give me courage to admit it when I cause a problem. Teach me how to fix it. I don't need someone else to carry my mistakes. I can learn, I can change, I can do better. you break something, don't hide it. If you hurt someone, don't blame their reaction. If you waste your time, don't blame the clock. If you fail to prepare, don't blame the opportunity. Life becomes different when you stop asking whose fault is this, and start asking, what can I do now? Responsibility doesn't mean everything is your fault. Bad things can happen that you didn't cause. People can treat you unfairly. Circumstances can be difficult. You cannot control everything, but you can control your response. You can choose honesty, you can choose patience, you can choose your next step. Don't spend your energy searching for someone to blame. Use that energy to build a solution. Teach me to take responsibility for the choices that I make when I am wrong. Give me courage to admit it when I cause a problem. Teach me how to fix it. I don't need someone else to carry my mistakes. I can learn, I can change, I can do better. A responsible person doesn't only apologize, they make changes. If they were careless, they become more careful. If they were dishonest, they become truthful. If they broke trust, they work to rebuild it. Words can begin the process, but actions prove that the lesson was learned. Let me stop making excuses, let me stop hiding, let me face my choices with courage. If I fall, let me learn. If I fail, let me improve. If I hurt someone, let me repair what I can. Don't let my mistakes become my identity. Let them become lessons. Responsibility also means taking care of what you have. Your time, your promises, your studies, your work, your relationships, your decisions. Small responsibilities prepare you for larger ones. If you cannot manage what is already in your hands, more will not automatically make you wiser. Teach me to take responsibility for the choices that I make when I am wrong. Give me courage to admit it when I cause a problem. Teach me how to fix it. I don't need someone else to carry my mistakes. I can learn, I can change, I can do better. Today, if something is your responsibility, take care of it. If you made a mistake, own it. If something can be repaired, repair it. If something needs to change, start changing. You cannot rewrite yesterday, but you can decide what yesterday will teach you. And what your heart doesn't say. I never make mistakes. It says, I made a mistake, I will learn from it. And tomorrow I will choose better.
Before you speak, stop for a moment.
Listen to the voice inside your heart, because words are more powerful than you think. A sentence can build a future, and a sentence can destroy a friendship. So listen carefully. The father came home after a difficult day. His little boy was waiting by the door. He ran into his father's tired arms, but his father had nothing left anymore. The child asked him a simple question, but the answer came out cold and hard. He didn't know that one careless sentence would stay inside that little heart. The father went into his bedroom and thought about the words he said. The child was already sleeping, but the words were still inside his head. He realized something important, that every word has somewhere to go. Sometimes you forget what you have spoken, but someone else may carry it for years to come. So think before you answer, think before you speak. The strongest person in the room is not always the loudest voice. Watch the words you speak. They can heal, they can hurt, they can lift somebody higher, or they can push somebody down. Watch the words you speak. Let your mouth be full of grace, because once a word is spoken, you cannot always take it back. You don't have to win every argument. You don't have to prove that you're right. Sometimes wisdom chooses silence instead of turning darkness into a fight. There are battles you don't need to enter. There are conversations you don't need to win. Sometimes walking away in pieces stronger than answering with anger again. Anger wants an immediate answer. Pride wants the final word. But wisdom takes a breath before allowing emotions to be heard. You may have every reason to be angry. You may have something true to say, but truth without love can become a weapon and destroy what you wanted to say. Watch the words you speak. They can heal, they can hurt, they can lift somebody higher, or they can push somebody down. Watch the words you speak. Let your mouth be full of grace, because once a word is spoken, you cannot always take it back. Never tell somebody they're worthless just because they made a mistake. Never tell a child they're a failure when they're still learning how to stand. Never use somebody's weakness as ammunition in a fight. What you say in one angry moment can become somebody's inner voice at night. Teach instead of humiliating. Correct without destroying their heart. You can say what you did was wrong without saying you are worthless from the start. There is a difference between correction and making somebody feel ashamed. One can help a person grow, the other can make them hate their name. And watch the words you speak about yourself, because you hear them every day. Don't turn every mistake into a sentence that defines the person you became. You can't admit that you were wrong without believing. You can never Let your words agree with wisdom. Let your mouth reflect what you believe. Don't feed every fear inside you with words that make your heart weak. Watch the words you speak. They can heal, they can hurt, they can lift somebody higher, or they can push somebody down. Watch the words you speak. Let your mouth be full of grace, because once a word is spoken, you cannot always take it back. Before you send that message, take a breath. Before you answer in anger, take a breath. Before you insult someone, take a breath. Before you speak about somebody, ask yourself why. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it loving? Will it help? If the answer is no, maybe silence is wisdom. A friend once heard a rumor about somebody he used to know. He could have shared the story, he could have watched the gossip grow, but instead he chose to stop it. He refused to pass the story on, and years later that decision protected someone's reputation from being gone. Not every story needs your voice. Not every secret needs to spread. Not every accusation needs an audience. Not every thought belongs outside your head. Sometimes love looks like silence. Sometimes loyalty means walking away. Sometimes protecting someone's name is the most powerful thing you can say. Imagine if every family learned this. Imagine if every home changed its tone. Sometimes life doesn't end the way you imagine. The plan fails, a friendship changes, an opportunity disappears. A mistake follows you, and you begin to believe maybe it's too late for me. But a mistake is not the end of your story. Sometimes God teaches you how to begin again. A woman dreamed of becoming a great teacher. She studied for years, she worked hard, but when the opportunity came, she failed the exam. She was embarrassed, she wanted to disappear for weeks. She told herself, I am not capable. Then one morning, she opened her books again. Not because she felt confident, but because she decided one failure would not decide her future. She studied differently, she asked for help, she practiced, and she tried again. I can start again, even after I fall. I can rise again, even after losing it all. My past can teach me, but it does not own me. With every new morning, there is another chance before me. I can start again. God is not finished with me. Starting again doesn't mean pretending the past never happened. It means learning from it If you made a bad decision, understand why. If you hurt someone, take responsibility. If you wasted time, change how you use it. If you trusted the wrong person, learn the warning signs. Wisdom is what happens when experience becomes a teacher. Don't waste your pain, turn it into understanding. Some people are afraid to begin again because they remember what people will say. They already failed, they couldn't do it. Why are they trying again? But people don't have to understand your journey. You are not living to satisfy their expectations. You are responsible for your choices, not their opinions. You don't need permission to rebuild your life. You need courage, you need honesty, and you need to take the first step. I can start again, even after I fall. I can rise again, even after losing it all. My past can teach me, but it does not own me. With every new morning, there is another chance before me. I can start again. God is not finished with me. Look at the sunrise every morning. The darkness doesn't argue with the light, it simply disappears. A new day arrives, and yesterday cannot stop it. Your past may be real, but so is today. And today gives you something yesterday never can. Another opportunity. Maybe you stop praying, start again. Maybe you stop studying, open the book again. Maybe you stopped exercising, take the first walk again. Maybe you stopped creating, make something again. Maybe you became distant from someone you love, reach out. Maybe you stopped believing in yourself, start rebuilding one small promise at a time. You don't need to transform everything today. Start with one thing, one step, one prayer, one decision, one conversation, one honest apology, one new habit, one morning, one beginning. Great changes often start quietly. Nobody sees the first step, but the first step still matters. And if you fail again, learn again. Starting over doesn't guarantee that everything will work. It guarantees something else. You refuse to remain where you are. There is courage in trying again. Not because you know you will succeed, but because you believe. Failure is not your identity. Peter denied Jesus, yet his story did not end with his failure. He was restored, he learned, he continued. That is an important lesson. Your worst moment doesn't have to become your permanent name. You can make mistakes and still become wiser. You can fall and still get back up. You can lose your way and still return. I can start again, even after I fall. I can rise again, even after losing it all. My past can teach me, but it does not own me. With every new morning, there is another chance before me. I can start again. God is not finished with me. I not spend my whole life punishing myself for yesterday. I will learn, I will change, I will repair what I can. I will forgive myself, I will move forward. The person I was made mistakes. The person I am becoming can make better choices. So if you're standing in the middle of a broken chapter, maybe you've been waiting for a long time. Maybe you've asked God when. Maybe the silence feels heavy, but silence does not mean absence. Sometimes God is working while He's teaching you to trust. You look at other people's lives and wonder why they got there first. You see their doors opening wide while your own seems closed and cursed. But be careful with comparison, it can steal the joy you still possess. You're looking at somebody else's chapter while you're living through your season of rest. God does not work on man's timetable. He doesn't need to prove himself to you. There is a time for planting, there is a time for growing too. There is a time for waiting, and there is a time to reap. Don't pull the fruit before its season, just because you're tired of waiting. Do not be afraid to wait on God. Silence doesn't mean He has forgotten you. While you think that nothing's happening, God may be preparing something new. Do not be afraid to wait on God. A closed door doesn't mean you've lost. Sometimes God closes certain doors because He knows the road you shouldn't cross. You asked God for an answer, but you only heard the silence. You asked Him for direction, but you found another question. And you started asking yourself, does God even hear my prayer? Yes, He hears you, even when you cannot feel Him there. Learn to trust without controlling. Learn to walk without knowing everything. God doesn't always show the whole destination. Sometimes He only shows the next step. You don't have to see the entire road to take another step of faith. You only need to trust the one who already knows the way. Don't abandon your convictions just because your answer takes too long. Don't trade your peace for shortcuts. Don't trade your values to belong. Not everything that looks like opportunity was sent by God to bless your life. Some open doors can bring destruction. Some closed doors can save your life. Wait with wisdom, work while waiting, pray while waiting, learn while waiting. Waiting doesn't mean doing nothing. Waiting can be preparation. God may be building your character before He gives you your next assignment. Do not be afraid to wait on God. Silence doesn't mean He has forgotten you. While you think that nothing's happening, God may be preparing something new. Do not be afraid. certain doors, because He knows the road you shouldn't cross. If you don't understand today, trust Him anyway. If you cannot see the answer, keep believing anyway. If you're tired and need to rest, rest, but don't give up. If the road feels long, remember who is walking with you. One day you'll look back at your story and understand the things you couldn't see. You'll realize that certain closed doors were actually protecting you from pain. You'll understand that every delay was teaching you something you needed, and some unanswered prayers were blessings you couldn't recognize. So don't hate the waiting season. Use the time to become stronger. Read, learn, work and pray. Love the people God has placed around you. Don't waste your present moment desperately waiting for tomorrow. Today is also a gift, and God is present in today. Do not be afraid to wait on God. He knows what you cannot understand. Keep your faith and keep on walking. Keep your heart inside His hand. Do not be afraid to wait on God. When the time is right, you'll understand. The waiting was not wasted. God was preparing you to stand. Don't run in every direction just because you're tired of waiting. Trust, pray, work, learn, continue. Because when you know who holds the road, you don't have to fear the journey. Expensive meals, he didn't think about tomorrow. A few weeks later, the money was gone. The next month, the same thing happened. He finally understood earning money and managing money are two different skills. Teach me to use money wisely. Teach me to plan before I spend. Let me separate my needs from my desires. Help me save for tomorrow. Wisdom, and never let money become the measure of my worth. I want to control my money, not become controlled by it. Before buying something, ask 3 questions. Do I need it? Can I afford it? Will I still value it a month from now? Sometimes the answer will be yes. Sometimes the answer will be no. Learning to wait can save you from of building a habit, a small amount, repeated consistently, can become protection for unexpected situations. Your future self may one day be grateful for the discipline you practice today. Don't spend everything because you received it. Don't borrow money just to impress people. Don't compare your lifestyle with someone else's. Live within your reality. Teach me to use money wisely. Teach me to plan before I spend. Let me separate my needs from my desires. Help me save for tomorrow. Help me give with wisdom and never let money become the measure of my worth. I want to control my money, not become controlled by it. Money should be a tool, not your identity. Having more doesn't automatically make you better. Having less doesn't make you worthless. A person's character cannot be measured by their bank account. Kindness, honesty, wisdom, faithfulness, these things are worth more than possessions. Give me discipline when I want to spend impulsively. Give me patience when I want something immediately. Give me wisdom when someone offers me an opportunity. Teach me to read, to ask questions, to understand before I commit. Remember generosity. If you have enough to help someone responsibly, help, share food, support someone in need. Give your time, but don't give because you need applause. Give because compassion is more valuable than recognition. Teach me to use money wisely. Teach me to use money wisely. Teach me to plan before I spend. Oh, let me separate my needs from my desires. Help me save for tomorrow. Help me give with wisdom and never let money become the measure of my worth. I want to control my money, not become controlled by it. Money can buy things, but it cannot buy character. It can provide comfort, but it cannot guarantee peace. So learn the skill, earn honestly, spend carefully, save consistently, give wisely. And remember, your possessions are things you have. They are not who you are. Use money as a tool, but never allow it to become your master.
Teenager received an invitation. His friends wanted him to do something right. They laughed, come on, nobody will know. He looked around, everyone was going for a moment. He wanted to follow, You don't need to follow the crowd to belong. He said no, his friends laughed, but years later he was grateful for that decision. One moment of courage protected his future. Give me wisdom before I choose. Give me patience before I act. Help me see beyond what feels good today. Teach me to ask, where will this decision lead? I don't want temporary pleasure to become permanent regret. Guide my steps and teach me to choose wisely. Not every opportunity is a good opportunity. Not every friendship is healthy. Not every door should be open. Not every voice deserves your trust. Sometimes wisdom is knowing what to refuse. A closed door can protect you. A delayed decision can save you. A simple no can protect years of your life. Before making an important choice, slow down, ask questions, look at the consequences. Talk to someone wise. Don't make permanent decisions because of temporary emotions. Anger can disappear, fear can disappear, excitement can disappear, but the consequences may remain. Ask yourself, will this make me stronger? Will this bring me closer to the person I wanna become? Will I respect this decision 1 year from now? Give me wisdom before I choose. Give me patience before I act. Help me see beyond what feels good today. Teach me to ask, where will this decision lead? I don't want temporary pleasure to become permanent regret. Guide my steps and teach me to choose wisely. Your choices also determine who you become. Choose discipline, you'll become more disciplined. Choose honesty, you'll become more trustworthy. Choose bitterness, you'll become more bitter. Choose forgiveness, you'll become more free. Every decision is teaching your character what kind of person to become. When I am pressured, give me courage. When I am confused, give me clarity. When I am tempted, give me strength. When I don't know, teach me to wait. I would rather make a slow, wise decision than a fast decision I regret for years. And remember, you will make mistakes. Wisdom doesn't mean never choosing wrongly. It means learning when you do. Don't hide your mistakes. Study them, understand them, change your habits, then make a better choice. Next time, give me wisdom before I choose. Give me patience before I act. Help me see beyond what feels good today. Teach me to ask, where will this decision lead? I don't want temporary pleasure to become permanent regret. Guide my steps and teach me to choose wisely. repeated steps. Choose carefully, choose with wisdom, choose with courage. And when you don't know what to do, don't be afraid to stop. Pray, think, seek wise counsel, then move forward. Because your future is not created in one giant moment. It is built one choice at a time.
I used to think I had every answer. Thought experience made me wise. I defended every opinion, even when I was clearly wrong inside. I wanted people to hear me, but I forgot to hear them too. I wanted everyone to understand me, but I never stopped to understand you. Then life showed me something different, something pride refused to see. Knowing everything is impossible, and wisdom begins with humility. Teach me to be humble. Teach me to listen before I speak. Teach me to accept correction when somebody shows me what I cannot see. Teach me to be humble when success begins to lift me high. Keep my feet upon the ground. Keep my heart beneath your sky. I don't want to be the person who thinks he has nothing left to learn. Lord, keep me teachable until the day my life returns to you. There was a man who lost a friendship because he couldn't say I'm wrong. He kept defending every decision, even when he knew the truth all along. The other person tried to warn him, but his pride became a wall. He thought admitting his mistake would make him look small. But years went by and he discovered what pride had taken away. Sometimes saying I was wrong can save what pride destroys in a day. A humble heart can grow, a proud heart stops learning. A humble heart can listen, a proud heart keeps defending. Teach me to be humble. Teach me to listen before I speak. Teach me to accept correction when somebody shows me what I cannot see. Teach me to be humble when success begins to lift me high. Keep my feet upon the ground. Keep my heart beneath your sky. I don't want to be the person who thinks he has nothing left to learn. Lord, keep me teachable until the day my life returns to you. Teach me to respect the elderly who have walked roads I haven't seen. Teach me to learn from children who can show me what simple faith can mean. Teach me to listen to the worker who knows something I don't know. Teach me to respect the teacher who has knowledge I still need to grow. Every person has a story, every person knows something, and wisdom doesn't always come from the place we expect it to come from. If someone corrects me with kindness, don't let my ego take control. Help me separate the lesson from the discomfort in my soul. Maybe I don't like the message, maybe I don't like what I hear, but truth doesn't become false just because it touches something I fear. Give me courage to examine what somebody said to me. Not every criticism is hatred. Sometimes correction helps us see. Teach me to be humble. Teach me to listen before I speak. Teach me to accept correction when somebody shows me what I cannot see. Teach me to be humble when success begins to lift me high. Keep my feet upon the ground. Keep my heart beneath your sky. I don't wanna be the person who thinks he has nothing left to learn. Lord, keep me teachable until the day my life returns to you. And when I become successful, don't let me forget the beginning. Don't let a title change my character. Don't let applause become my addiction. Don't let me believe I'm better because I have achieved a little more. Remind me that every gift I carry was something I received before. If I become a leader, teach me how to serve. If people follow where I walk, teach me to remember who I am. A leader isn't made great by standing over everyone. A true leader becomes great by helping others rise as one. When I am wrong, let me say it. I was wrong when I don't know. Let me say it. I don't know when I need help. Let me ask. Can you teach me when somebody succeeds? Let me celebrate them without jealousy. When somebody corrects me, let me listen without immediately defending myself. Lord, remove the need to always win. Remove the hunger to always be right. Sometimes peace is more important than proving my argument tonight. Teach me that changing my mind is not always weakness or defeat. Sometimes changing my direction means I finally learned what I needed. Give me a heart that stays curious. Give me eyes that recognize truth. Give me wisdom to learn from others.
Spent his days looking at other people's lives. He saw expensive houses, beautiful vacations, new clothes, successful careers. He compared his ordinary Tuesday to someone's best photograph, and slowly he became unhappy with everything he had. One day his grandfather asked, when did you stop noticing your own life? The question stayed with him. Teach me to be content without giving up my dreams. Teach me to appreciate today while I prepare for tomorrow. Let me work for more without
faster than my desire. Contentment doesn't mean you stop improving. You can study, work hard, build a business, save money, dream bigger, but don't make your happiness dependent on the next achievement. If you say, I'll be happy when, be careful, because there will always be another when. When you are young, you may think, I'll be happy when I graduate. Then graduation comes, I'll be happy when I get a job. Then the job comes, I'll be happy when I earn more. Then you earn more, I'll be happy when I buy a house. And suddenly years have passed, and you are still waiting to start enjoying your life. Teach me to enjoy the meal in front of me, the people beside me, the morning I received, the work I can do, the home where I rest, the opportunity I have today. Don't let tomorrow steal today's peace. Teach me to be content without giving up my dreams. Teach me to appreciate today while I prepare for tomorrow. Let me work for more without despising what I have. Let my gratitude grow faster than my desire. Social media can make this hard. You see someone else's success, and suddenly your progress feels small, but you don't see their entire story. You see the result, not the struggle. You see the celebration, not the years of work. So stop measuring your entire life against a few seconds of someone else's life. Contentment also protects your relationships. If you are always chasing what someone else has, you may stop appreciating who is already beside you. Don't overlook the friend who stayed, the parent who helped, the person who believed in you. Love is not always loud. Sometimes it is simply someone who keeps showing up. Teach me to be content without giving up my dreams. Teach me to appreciate today while I prepare for tomorrow. Let me work for more without despising what I have. Let my gratitude grow faster than my desire. Dream big, work hard, improve yourself, but don't forget to live. Your life is happening now, not someday, not after success, not after you become rich, not after everything is perfect. Today, there is still something beautiful worth noticing. So chase your goals, but don't chase them so desperately that you forget you already have a life worth living. We live in a world where everyone wants to speak. Everyone has an opinion, everyone has an answer, everyone wants to be heard, but very few people have learned how to truly listen. Sometimes the lesson you need is not another word, it is silence. A father came home after a difficult day. His daughter wanted to talk. She started telling him about something that happened at school. He was tired, he almost interrupted, almost gave her advice, almost told her what she should do. But then he stopped, he put his phone away and simply listened. She finished her story, then she smiled and said, "Thank you for listening." He realized she wasn't asking him to solve her entire life. She only needed to know that someone cared. Teach me how to listen before I Sometimes love is simply listening. Listening is more than hearing words, it means paying attention. Looking beyond the sentence, noticing the silence, recognizing the fear behind someone's anger, the sadness behind someone's distance, the insecurity behind someone's confidence. People don't always say what they truly feel. Sometimes you must listen with patience. A friend says, "I'm tired." Don't always answer. Everybody is tired. Ask, "What's making you tired?" Someone says, "I'm fine." Don't immediately walk away. Sometimes fine means something very different. Give them space, give them time, give them permission to speak honestly. You don't always need the perfect words, you need attention. Before giving advice, ask a question. Before judging, listen. Before reacting, pause. Before assuming, understand. You may discover that the story is different from what you imagine. Teach me how to listen before I try to answer. Teach me how to understand before I try to speak. Slow down my impatient heart. Let me hear what people mean. Sometimes love is not a speech. Sometimes love is simply listening. Listening can save relationships. A husband may hear his wife complaining and think, "Here we go again." But maybe beneath the complaint there is exhaustion. Maybe she doesn't need an argument. Maybe she needs partnership. A mother may hear her son say, "I don't want to go," and think he's being difficult. But maybe he is afraid, maybe something happened, maybe he doesn't know how to explain it. When you listen, you give people a chance to tell you what is really happening. And listening requires humility. You might discover that you misunderstood. You might learn that your reaction was unfair. You might hear something that challenges your opinion. That is okay. You don't have to win every conversation. You don't have to prove that you were right. Sometimes the greatest wisdom is being willing to say, "I didn't see it that way. Now I understand. I was wrong." everlasting lies. You can listen without allowing someone to manipulate you. Listening is not surrender, it is understanding before making a decision. Jesus often asked questions. He didn't treat people like problems to solve. He allowed them to speak. He noticed the forgotten. He stopped for people others ignored. That is a lesson for us. There may be someone around you today who hasn't been truly heard in a very long time. Maybe you can be the person who listens. Teach me how to listen before I try to answer. Teach me how to understand before I try to speak. Slow down my impatient heart. Let me hear what people need. Sometimes love is not a speech. Sometimes love is simply listening. Put the phone away, look at the person. Stop preparing your response while they are still talking. Don't turn every story into your own story. Someone says, I lost something important. You don't always need to say, that happened to me too. Let their experience be theirs. Let them finish, let them breathe, let them speak. Sometimes people heal simply because someone finally gave them room. Teach me to listen to my family. Teach me to listen to my friends. Teach me to listen to those who disagree with me. Teach me to listen to correction. Teach me to listen to wisdom. And most of all, teach me to listen